James Gustave Speth, The Bridge at the Edge of the World, Capitalism, the Environment, and Crossing from Crisis to Sustainability. In The Bridge at the Edge of the World, James Gustave Speth takes us on a journey through the devastating impact of human actions on our planet. He paints a grim picture of environmental decline, ranging from deforestation and overfishing to global warming and pollution. The book sheds light on the failures of capitalism and government policies in addressing these issues and the urgency to change course. Through a critical examination of economic growth, market-based strategies, and the role of media and corporations, Speth challenges the reader to reassess the sustainability of our planet and explore alternative solutions.
The dire consequences of environmental destruction. The impact of human action on the environment has been devastating, leading to a decline in the Earth's natural resources and a dangerous increase in global temperatures. Over the past 250 years, the world's population has increased sixfold, allowing humankind to attain material wealth, but at nature's expense. The first Earth Day in 1970 highlighted numerous environmental abuses, including those related to mining, dam building, and urban sprawl. Despite some progress, environmental deterioration has continued, exacerbated by the greenhouse effect and other global symptoms. The single most significant threat to life today is the warming of the planet, caused by human activities releasing heat-trapping gases like carbon dioxide and methane. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change warns of devastating consequences such as less fresh water, animal extinctions, and increased air pollution if this trend goes unchecked. The international community is yet to take rapid and effective action, and the consequences are dire. The price of ruthless growth. Environmental economics and capitalism's failure to care for the environment. Economic growth is considered the key to prosperity, but it comes at a cost that goes beyond just monetary value. Capitalism has become so widely accepted that some even liken it to religion. However, the ruthless growth and exponential economic expansion that capitalism drives have serious repercussions for the environment. The economy consumes natural resources and pollutes the air and water with little regard for sustainability. Even though environmental concerns remain a hot topic, product prices do not reflect the value of the resources they consume. This failure of the market to care for the environment has become the focus of modern-day environmental economics. Wallace Oates, a famous economist, believes that capitalism's calculus does not account for future generations' needs. Polluters and exploiters do not pay their fair share, and government subsidies sometimes even encourage poor practices. While new technology has reduced energy demands and resulted in more efficient product design, total consumption continues to climb. Modern companies often search for subsidies, tax breaks, and regulatory loopholes to reduce the environmental costs of their products, benefiting only the corporations and stockholders. Capitalism appears to be at odds with sustainability, and prevailing government practices only exacerbate the environmental problem. Globalization and international trade exacerbate counterproductive incentives and the ubiquitous environmental destruction. The final question is how society can change business as usual to preserve natural resources and safeguard the planet for future generations. It is a challenging but exigent issue that requires immediate, serious attention. Environmentalism's systemic ills. Environmentalists have been working within the system to promote sustainable practices and regulation. However, they fail to address the underlying systemic problems. Governments lack the leadership to deal with global environmental problems, and treaties lack enforcement, timelines, or quantitative targets. Federal law and institutions contribute to the problem, making progress impossible. The U.S. spends billions on subsidies, fostering unsustainable practices, despite anti-pollution laws that have been passed. Wetlands, tidal marshes, swamps, and other wetlands continue to disappear at a rate of about 100,000 acres a year, despite a federal policy of no net loss. The past 40 years of environmentalism have achieved few successes, and status quo environmentalism is a disappointing failure. The media and environmental decline. The media's inability to cover key environmental issues and their insistence on giving equal time to false claims are contributing factors to the decline of the environment. Additionally, profit-driven corporations buying newspapers and TV stations shift newsrooms' priorities. Water conservation could be more efficient, but politicians and farmers are vested in keeping prices low. The rise of a right-wing, anti-environmental disinformation industry hinders progress. Capitalism's pursuit of profit serves an ever-growing number of environmental insults through technologies like genetic engineering and nanotech. Dense environmental laws, only understandable by specialized lawyers, are rarely enforced. Market solutions for environmental concerns. Scholars in the field of environmental economics are now advocating for market-based solutions to address issues of environmental concern. These strategies, when combined with government programs, align with the common good. Environmentalists, who were initially apprehensive, now see the potential benefits of market-based solutions such as tax incentives and cap-and-trade programs. The goal is to incentivize environmentally friendly behavior through financial rewards. However, pricing the full cost of environmental damage and calculating future impacts remains a challenge. Society's urgent need for post-growth economic strategies. Our current form of capitalism relentlessly prioritizes economic growth at the expense of environmental sustainability, social harmony, and individual happiness. This dire situation is a consequence of a narrow-minded interpretation of progress. The book urges readers to consider alternative approaches that can achieve economic prosperity without causing ecological devastation and societal discontent. Several ecological economists oppose the conventional view of the benefits of growth, emphasizing the need for a post-growth society. The popular concept of sustainability is also critiqued as an excuse for overconsumption. The book offers a dark warning that without swift interventions, our planet will face a catastrophic fate. Economic welfare and environmental conservation should not be seen as incompatible goals. The author proposes that we need to measure progress beyond gross domestic product, GDP, and explore alternative indexes such as the Index of Sustainable Economic Welfare, ISEW, Genuine Progress Indicator, GPI, and Happy Planet Index, HPI. By prioritizing innovations in employment, healthcare, sustainable infrastructure, and ecosystem restoration, we can tackle society's most pressing challenges and achieve a sustainable and fulfilling future. Challenging destructive consumption trends. The Environmental Grantmakers Association proposes ways to challenge destructive consumption trends that contribute to the growing size of American homes, waste, and ballooning energy consumption. Increasing green policy incentives for corporations, teaching the public about green purchasing power, and spotlighting corporate behavior are among the suggested actions to reduce the impact of materialism on modern culture. The financial risks of global warming have induced some corporations to pursue green measures, but voluntary programs have limited outreach. Government policies should step in to restore liability, reform political influence, and change regulations to make corporations embrace a productive change. To achieve meaningful change, society needs to rethink meaningful values and focus more on adequate supplies, social connectedness, and the importance of nature. Effective political leaders can help America create a new narrative that features wiser environmental politics and greater social equity. Local efforts, cooperatives, and public trusts have the potential to be powerful forces in this struggle. Citizens in all walks of life must become energized to undertake a struggle that must be won to achieve a sustainable society where humanity can continue to thrive on the planet.
As Speth concludes, the environment has reached a breaking point and society must find a new path towards a sustainable future. He argues that rethinking our relationship with capitalism and placing well-being at the center of our priorities are crucial steps in fostering positive change. Despite a few corporate green initiatives, much work remains to be done to shift the global mindset and face the challenges that lie ahead. Through a combined effort of individuals, governments, and organizations, it's possible to build a more sustainable and equitable world. The bridge at the edge of the world serves as a powerful reminder that humanity must act quickly and decisively to ensure a brighter future for our planet.